everybody. So we are back and we are showing up again. I don't really know what I'm gonna do today. I pulled out my bin of random marsh related stuff. And I thought that was probably the best way to get back to it, is just kind of go through this bin. I have two other boxes over there with the two journals, but this is just kind of a random box of random stuff. So, anywho, we are showing up. It's kind of late. You might hear my dishwasher running because I just turned it on because I was headed to bed. And I laid down and I thought, I have this idea that keeps going, that keeps rolling in my brain. And it's not really a specific idea. It's just I keep thinking about this random box I keep thinking about my Marsh journals. And I keep thinking about the random box that I need to get, to dig through and see what's going on with them and all that. And so it's like, okay, let me just show up, turn on my camera, and this may possibly be just a video of me just going through this box of papers. Who knows? But I can't seem to get situated in my chair because I keep thinking of other things that are across the table that I might want or need. So, anyways, so let's just kind of look through here and see what we can do. I don't know what. Oh, I know. I can work on these. These are from a plant book, an old plant book, and I think we can. Like this is about the lizard's tail, a swamp plant indigenous to the eastern United States. I made a video using these a while back. This book, I broke it apart. And some of these were very marsh related. So the cattail is a bog plant. And then the swamp holly. It doesn't really say that it doesn't really say that it hangs out in the swamps, but it says a native species to the United States. Swamp holly ranges from Virginia to Florida. And then the swamp rose. And this says it's not restricted to swamps. But we are going to make 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. The chaste tree. It has nothing to do with swamps, so I mean, I guess I can make it since I have it. And then the loblolly pine. Those are not anything to do with swamps. And this is not a complete thing. It continues on somewhere, so yeah. So we can make some little journal cards. Sweet gum. We can make some little swamp cards. Some journal cards, if I can find my. There it is. And just kind of, see where that takes us. Again, we're just kind of, we're here, we're showing up. Gonna have to go that way with it. I pulled out some book page, some flyleaf pages to back these. I'm going to trim this up a little bit on the bottom. yeah, so I laid down and I thought, I didn't do a video today. And I thought, it'll be okay. And then it's like, what do you have going on tomorrow, Shell? Oh. And so I was like, okay. I need to get up and do a video. So here I am, showing up. Oy, this is like, I need to cut it in a weird notch. It's not even per se. So I'll make journal cards out of these. I'll ink around them and all that good stuff. And scoot that up a little bit. And so we'll have those out of the way. Again, spending some time in my art space. I'm going to set that over there with the other scrappy pieces I have. So we have 4 that are swamp / marsh related, and this guy's not. So, let's see here. And I'm not going to clang around with my sewing machine tonight. My neighbor probably would appreciate it if I don't. My sewing machine's up against that wall, and that wall is my neighbor. So, they probably would appreciate it if I didn't clang around with my sewing machine tonight. So, all that to be said is I'll glue these down, I'll ink them, I'll edge them, whatever, and then I'll decide to sew around them at a later date. These aren't going to be very thick because this fly page is, like a thin book page. But there's no rhyme or reason as to how thick a journal card has to be. No rules to that. And I kind of like them not so thick because, again, the thicker they are, the more bulk it adds to your journals and things of that nature. So let those chill out. So it seems as though these videos that I've been making lately, my friend, under the inspiration of my friend Mary Ellen over at Red Parrot, it seems she's been following along with me. Not really doing what I'm doing, but she's got her own artsy crafty thing going on. And it's funny to me that there are a lot of times that, well, so let me just say this. If you're new to my channel, you should know that my 2 dearest friends are on YouTube as well. if you're not new to this channel, you've probably heard me mention them 1,001 times. So, anyways, Cindy over at Studio Lou and Mary Ellen over at Red Parrot. We are kind of a trio. Not really, but we are. Cindy and Mary Ellen are both in Canada. I'm down here in the States in Arkansas. And we just kind of connected via YouTube, via our channels, and just have really, you know, nurtured that connection, I'm going to say. And we have done some collaborations, and, you know, we've got one coming up in November. And anyways, so I talk a lot about them in my channel because, again, they are dear friends of mine. And they do the same kind of thing, but not really the same. We're same, but different. Anyways, I think we bounce off of each other a lot. Ideas and inspiration and all that good stuff. Anyways, all that to be said, Mary Ellen has been doing these videos, these showing up videos lately, and has inspired me to do the same. And so I've been showing up and just trying to spend some time in my art space. No specific amount of time. I think one of my videos was over an hour. The other one was just like 20 minutes long. So there's no specifics. I'm just showing up, spending time in my art space, and creating in whatever random form that takes place. Today it's swap cards. Earlier this week it was fish cards. And I mentioned in one of those videos that I'm just really trying to get back in the groove of being in my art space because I was missing for a good month, and that's not very healthy for me. So and I've got a busy October and a busy November, and my November will be mostly right here. And so I just really felt like I really needed to show up and get in the groove, get back in the groove of things. So here I am. All thanks to Mary Ellen for inspiration for doing her little showing up videos. I greatly appreciate it. So, Cindy's been showing up too. Cindy just recently went to a print show up in Canada, and I watched her video today. I watched it last year too. It's fabulous, and I wish I was closer because I totally would have went. So you guys need to check out her channel. She's at Studio Lou. She recently, like I said, went to a print show in Canada, and she shares about it and the goodies that she got while she was there. Okay, we have 4 Swampy cards. And I think what I want to do with them is we got to decide if we want to round the corners. I think I do. I really didn't leave much of a border for to sew around. Meh. Do I want to round my corners? Yes or no? How about we do this? How about we do this weird, it's not a rounder, it's a straightener. It's a corner straightener. And then maybe I don't have to sew all the way around them. Maybe I can just put some some stitches like in the blank areas. That'll, I mean, the idea of sewing around them is not really aesthetic, but also to keep them, the pages glued together. So I was thinking today about the collage boards that I've made in the last couple of videos, and just the fish cards that I was doing, and how I don't do, very rarely do I do official tutorial videos. But I got to thinking about how, for me, sometimes just watching somebody do something, they don't have to necessarily give me a play-by-play instruction. They can easily just do it, and by watching them gives me the idea to do something else on my own. So I say that to say, sometimes I wonder, I can't really do that because I'm really not doing any kind of instructing or anything like that. But I do find value in, look how much that was, that just, the starkness of that threw me for a little bit. I do find value in just watching people, learning from people, watching them do. I do find value in that. And so with that, I hope that people find value in my videos, just watching me randomly work on a collage board, or work on some random cards from books or dictionaries. You may not get like direct instruction of glue this here and cut this there, but you can watch and get inspired to make your own collage boards, or use a certain material in a collage board that you wouldn't have thought about using, or cutting up a book in a way that you wouldn't have thought about cutting up, or, you know, there's just the unspoken lessons, I guess. And I honestly am just rambling right now. Really don't know much else about what these look nice and old. Perfect. That's perfect. Okay. I probably should, since it's here, go ahead and do this. Let's do this. Let's take this and make like a foot part out of it. Okay. I'm going to trim this down. I guess I should probably trim that down first. Again, apologies for the dishwasher banging around in the background. Just part of it, I guess. Part of it. It's going to be a simple little note card, but it is going to be, you know, using what you have, using up your supplies. Isn't that what this is all about? Ah, speaking of using up what you have. Try this again. I mean, sure, why not? Okay, well, so this is going to go in my ephemera stash. And this is going to go in the marsh bucket. Actually, I could do 2 and 2. And put them in my bucket, my marsh bucket. My marsh book buckets. What else do we have up in here, Shell? We have some of these book pages. And we can make some little cards out of those. Yeah, we might as well just pull them out and see what we can do with them. I think I want to get some more book pages over here. I'm thinking these two big guys. I wonder if, let's see here. I'm thinking like 3 or 4 different things are going through my head at a time. This is a crocodile or alligator in the swamp. I don't see him there. And if we add a piece of book page, a thin piece of book page, to his backside, we can make like a stationary page. And I can trim the other side. My other good scissors are in my purse. Why are they in your purse, Michelle? Because I went to a collage class this past weekend and I haven't taken them back out. So So yeah, I can make some folded stationery out of that. Again, I'm going to need to sew around it because it's gluing paper to paper, and you know, that don't always work out the best. But, oh, run away. But I'm not going to do that again tonight because my neighbor. I'm trying to be a nice neighbor. Okay, and then this, I'm going to do this way. See, I kind of did that backwards, but I didn't want to cut down my white paper, my back paper, too short, and then have to fit my alligator around him. And I should see, it's going to be really thin, almost just like a thick piece of paper, so I'm going to have to sew it just because since it's so big, I'm going to kind of fold it up so I can fold it like this, or even fold it in threes. But I'm going to let it dry first, and then I'll go and sew around it, and then I think it'll be too big as is, so but if I sew around it, I can fold it up as a little stationery page. I'm going to do that to this guy too. I don't know what book this is from, but there was a section about the swamplands. So that's where that came from. I sure hope my dishwasher's not too loud. I'm sure you can hear it, but hopefully it's not too loud. If it is, again, I apologize. Scoot all the way up there. There's another crocodile or alligator, and it's very blurry back here, but he's very detailed. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but he's very detailed, so you can tell it's a, when you look at it, you can tell it's a crocodile in the water or an alligator. I don't know the difference. Looks like I need to change my blade out. Okay. I have another piece. Like I said, I'll let that dry, and then we'll do some sew around it with a cool stitch. And what else do we have over here? Oh, we're already at 30 minutes. Wow. That was quick. So I think what we'll just do is I'll trim these up and get these ready. There's just images from a magazine. I'll just clean up these other images and get them ready to back. Again, you know, I was headed to bed, so well, that's a fun little scrap. I'm not so sure I want this bear. I mean, he is walking around in the mucky marsh waters, but I don't think of bears when I think of marsh, so set him aside in my other bin. Scoop over a little bit. And then I think I've got 1, 2 more. Actually, I could just use my ruler on this other edge, because this guy, he's cute. I could probably cut him out too. I'll make journal cards out of these images as well, just because they're so big. And so yeah, I'll do 4 more out of that. What else do we have over here? This is the, maybe, put you there. Maybe let's clean this up a little bit. Then I can see what I want to do with it. It feels like it's off, but it's all lined up there, so we'll just work with it. This is a book page, and it's got the names on the back. So I wonder if we chop it right here. Here. And we can do this. Just make some little note cards out of them. Yeah, I like those. I'll do the same with this guy too. Just making little note cards out of him. I'm not gonna edge it or anything like that with ink or anything. Nice. Okay. Well, so that's what we have. And I'll close this up. So we did 4 little swamp cards, a note card for my ephemera stash, and then we got these 2 note cards for my swamp. These 2 journal cards that I'll do kind of the same thing, but I'm gonna sew around them first. And then these 4 pieces we've pulled out, and I'm gonna do backing, and I'll sew around them as well. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I feel productive, even though I was headed for the bed. I decided to show up here instead and spend some time with you guys and do a little bit of arting, and I feel pretty good about that. So thanks for joining me. I will see you guys again soon. Like I said, October is a little busy for me, so I will do my best to be here when I can. I've got company coming in town this weekend. We've got a big book festival going on, and so that is that. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for showing up with me, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.